I want to land on Barube for a second because there is some kind of idea being floated. I don't know where this has emanated from. But there is an idea being floated that, okay, you'll just let Barube go for the last month of the season if it gets really bad. A, how much bad can that get? B, what would that accomplish? Like, what would that accomplish? You're already in the gutter. And what hit me more than anything last night about the Toronto Maple Leafs, never mind the game, I heard every piece of post-game sound. The coach and the players spoke for like 3 minutes each tops. That's quick. That's in and out. Okay? Zero anger. Zero anger. Zero frustration. Robot. Nylander had the verge that Nylander wore a shirt. That's how you know it's serious. When Nylander's wearing a shirt, things are going bad. And Nylander, who gave up the puck in the middle of the ice on the 3-0 goal, actually had the nerve to say, yeah, their defenseman stepped up or their forward stepped up and made a good play. You didn't screw up. No, you didn't screw up. The forward made a good play. It's bewildering to watch. It's bewildering to watch. But what kind of struck me the most was Barube. And someone asked him, like, he didn't go scorched earth at all, which I found interesting. And someone asked him about how do you keep the confidence up in the Leafs room with it going like this. And Barube said the following.
It's always hard, but it's my job to instill that confidence in our guys. And you know, myself, I stay confident. I am confident. And I know what these guys are capable of doing. And I got to get it out of them.
Yeah, but you're not. Like, for a long portion of this season, I had a bit of an issue with the Barube needs to go thing. Because A, he won a division last year. B, he signed long term. So, like, I don't know what any of that would have accomplished. And C, you're letting players off the hook again in this market. Again. But now that this was like before Christmas, I was really into this line of thought. And the more I watch this guy operate with this crew, I've come to a rather uncomfortable conclusion. My biggest takeaway from Barube right now is he got lucky with goaltending last year, and he's never had a handle on this. Ever. Look at those goaltending numbers from last season. They were getting caved in just the same as they are this year. But Stolarz and Wall were damn good at separate times. Damn good. I mean, does a coach get no credit for goaltending? I mean, yeah, it's probably unfair to do that. But I don't know what else to make of this. Like, Mitch Marner leaving doesn't lead to the defensive deficiencies you've seen. That's an insane calculation to make. I'm sorry. That's an insane calculation to make. So now focusing on this season, Barube has had zero handle on his goaltending. Zero. He, like many, did not back Stolarz publicly when Stolarz went on a rant earlier this year. So imagine what was going on behind closed doors. Letting Stolarz come back in the Vegas game was insanity. He's the coach last time I checked. Power play's been garbage. But wait a second. He's a defensive coach. They've allowed more 5-on-5 goals than anyone in the league. The league. Defensive coach. He's a defensive coach. And the one that drives me nuts. Morgan Rielly down 2-0 last night Shots on goal are at this point, I believe, 16-2. Leafs are on a power play. Their only power play of the night. Morgan Rielly, coming out of his zone, has to go backhand, reverse pass off the boards to Austin. That's lunacy. Get the puck in the zone. Then Nylander does what he does, and he still gets like 17 minutes of playing time. And it would have been higher if they got more power plays and actually worked hard to draw a penalty, which they don't. Nyes -4, 17 minutes. He was supposed to be the accountability coach. Craig Berube go rewatch the press conferences. No one does a press conference like the Leafs. Go watch it. Craig Berube was supposed to be the accountability coach. He has done nothing along those lines other than make sure Easton Cowan learns his lesson up top. Easton Cowan's learned his lesson. Zero accountability. Nylander should not have seen the ice again after that 3-0 goal move that he pulled. Shouldn't have seen the ice. So between the goaltending, the power play, the team defense, consistently putting Morgan Rielly on the ice. Do you want to hear the craziest thing I read last night? This is from Terry Koshan of The Sun, who I like a lot. Morgan Rielly has been on the ice for 64 goals against 5-on-5. You know who's had more 5-on-5 goals against in the NHL? Nobody! Absolutely no one has sucked like Morgan has sucked this year. And he keeps throwing him out there. Berube's lost his mind. And we're all like, it's a real shock they're where they're at. Any other head coach with balls would have pulled Rielly months ago for this. Months ago. He's getting more ice time than anyone. If it weren't for the Leafs video review coaches, he would have had the worst errors since McDavid danced him a couple of years ago. He can't skate. But Berube keeps throwing him out there. Keeps throwing him out there. I don't know what it accomplishes between now and the end of the season. I don't think you do this now. There is no way Craig Berube comes back next year. He has completely lost the plot with the roster, in the room, on the ice, in the media. There is no accountability. He does not budge. These players are begging to get benched. Begging. He just can't move off of his thought process. It's sad. This team is about to fall into the abyss playoff-wise, and he's just sitting there going, yep, let's try it again. I've defended him a lot this year. I can't do it now. Not after this break, not after the last two nights, not after the lack of accountability. A defensive coach cannot have a team with these numbers. You are not a defensive coach with these numbers. I sure as hell knows he's not an offensive coach. So what is he? Who the hell is Craig Berube if he's not a defensive coach and if he's not an accountability coach? You know who he is? He's a guy who made his bones off having a guy like Alex Pietrangelo on his blue line. That's who Craig Berube is. You take Pietrangelo off his blue line, he doesn't look so tough, does he? He needs goaltending and a stud defenseman to look good, whether it's Binnington or whether it's the Leafs goalies last year. The Emperor doesn't have any clothes right now as far as I'm concerned. I think we're seeing that. So this year, to hell with it. Just let it play out. You're paying him anyway. The fact that he went out there after he split his head open, actually, I have a lot of respect for. Let him finish the year. Maybe he pulls a Blues miracle. You never know. But Binnington and Pietrangelo weren't walking through that door. No way he is the coach next year. And I'm not saying Lalonde's going to be any better. I'm not on Team Lalonde. Because you're good on Hockey Night in Canada doesn't mean you know how to coach. I think we saw that in Detroit. But I can't believe this Berube stuff. This is insane. You watched the whole video. You're the best. A reminder, the Sid Seixeiro Show is live, noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, Monday to Friday, right here on YouTube. Click like, Hit subscribe if you want to support the show. If you've already done that, you're our friend. All right. One take.
Now another one.
Get it.
No. Why do you do Pacific?